welcome to YouTube Gallifrey 02. In this video I'm going to be counting down the top 10 5th Doctor stories. Now Peter Davison played the 5th Doctor from 1982 to 1984, and in his time of playing the Doctor he starred in 20 TV stories. So yes, this is my top 10 list, so I'm basically counting down my top 10 favourites and not counting down my top 10 least favourites. But no, for this list I have included some big finished audios, so it'll come as a surprise for you. So, starting the list at number 10. So at number 10 we do have Castrovalva. Now Castrovalva is alright in my opinion. I used to love this story, but I don't really love it anymore. However, episode 1, it's just absolute gold. Peter Davison's performance in episode 1 is brilliant. It's great to see him recovering from regeneration. However, episode 2 onwards is the bits on Castrovalva which aren't very good. But episode 1, it makes up for this, and that's why it's been put on this list and not being put on this list. So Castrovalva, I would say 7 out of 10. The first part though being a 9.5 out of 10, or even, if I'm being generous, a 10 out of 10. So at number 9 we do have 4 to Doomsday. Now 4 to Doomsday was the first story Peter Davison filmed, and it's great to see how Peter Davison first entered his role as the Doctor. And yeah, I think it's a brilliant performance in 4 to Doomsday. It's very fresh and yeah, very good in my opinion. And 4 to Doomsday, it's brilliant, a lot better than Castrovalva. It's the second Doctor Who story, and it has a much stronger plot than Castrovalva, and that's what I find great about this story. It beats Castrovalva, and this story is very underrated as well. I would just recommend this story. Brilliant. Now on to number 8. We do have Planet of Fire. Now Planet of Fire is a very important story in my opinion, as so much happens in this story. We have 2 companion departures, if you include Chameleon, a companion introduction, we have the Master, we have Lanzarote, and we have Peter Davison's penultimate story. So this is a very important Doctor Who story, and also underrated. This is a story you either love or hate. I'm personally a bit in between, but the scenery, that is just absolutely brilliant. Love or hate this story, you must admit the scenery in this story is absolutely beautiful. Lanzarote just looks amazing. I'd really like to see this story on Blu-ray as well, as I think it will look great. And yeah, on this DVD there is also a special edition, which is basically a movie version, as this feels very much like an American love movie. Yeah, and it's alright story. Now moving on to number 7, we do have the 5 Doctors. Now the 5 Doctors comes in 2 different DVDs. The special edition, the first ever Doctor Who DVD, which is out of print, and the 25th anniversary edition, which is in print. Now I will be doing a DVD review on this story later in the month, but talking about it quickly now, I think the 5 Doctors is a brilliant 20th anniversary special for Doctor Who. You see, you have all 5 Doctors. I don't really like Richard Hurdnall's performance in this story. I think it ruins Hartnell's Doctor, but other than that, it's a great story, has some great companion returns, not much of the Daleks, but I love it as we see the 3rd Doctor battle the Cybermen. Not really a specific Peter Davison story, but it's from his era, and yeah, I like it. And the first Peter Davison story I watched. At number 6, we do have Black Orchid, possibly one of the most underrated Doctor Who stories of all time. Well, that's what everyone says, but I don't think this story is very underrated anymore. It was underrated before it was released on DVD, but after it's been released on DVD, it's got more and more popular. Yes, it's only a 2-parter, but I find it brilliant. It's the first purely historical story since the Highlanders, the 1966 story, and yeah, I find it great. Black Orchid, very relaxing to watch, very good, and yeah, this story has kind of gone into the it's the most overrated, underrated Doctor Who story, I think. That's what I like to nickname Black Orchid, but it's great, Black Orchid. A brilliant Peter Davison story, which Peter Davison doesn't find brilliant. So, at number 5, we do have Kinder. Now, Kinder is absolutely amazing. A very psychedelic story, but I love Kinder. Very scary, and yeah, a brilliant story. I love Kinder. Feels a lot more like a First Doctor story, as they're in a jungle, a bit like the Daleks or something like that. Crusade, Daleks, Master Plan, Episode 1. Yeah, I loved Kinder. Just so brilliant. Really, really good, I think. And yes, if you want to experience Kinder, go for the CGI effects which have been added after, as on the original version the Kinder just looks like rubber, and yeah, it looks really bad, so definitely go for the CGI effects, as the snake looks real. Now at number 4, it's not a TV story, it's a Big Finish audio. This is Fallen Angels. Yes, Fallen Angels, the first part of the classic Doctor's New Monsters range, and Fallen Angels, it's just absolutely magnificent. The Weeping Angels work really well in audio format. You would think they wouldn't work, as they don't say anything, but they do. The Weeping Angels are absolutely amazing in this, and I love to see Peter Davison and the Weeping Angels battle, and yeah, they do it very well in Fallen Angels, and yeah, very well written, and yeah, very good in my opinion. Really good, definite 10 out of 10. It is so good, and yeah, I do prefer this to some yet to come on my list. However, you can't really put a Big Finish audio at number 1, as it's not fair on the actual TV stories. But yeah, Fallen Angels, very good, strongly recommend it. Now at number 3, we do have Frontios. Now Frontios is a brilliant story, very bleak, and yeah, very good in my opinion, very strong plot line. Yeah, the effects in it aren't very good, especially when not on that rooftop and it's just a white background. I don't like that, but Frontios, a brilliant story with a very strong plot. And yeah, Frontios, I love it, absolutely brilliant. This is a turning point for Peter Davison's Doctor, as this is a time when it seems like Peter Davison is ending his era as the Doctor, and of course he is, as there's only 3 stories after this. So yeah, Frontios, a very good story in my opinion. Now, in penultimate position at number 2, we do have Earth Shock. Yes, Earth Shock. What a brilliant, brilliant story. A brilliant Cyberman story, and a brilliant departure for Adric. Yes, he does die, but it is done so well, performed very well, and it's just basic. It's not like now, when Stephen Moffat can't kill off a character, he brings them back, just so fans don't feel upset, but that makes fans more upset that Stephen Moffat's bring them back to life. Yeah, it's so basic that Adric just literally dies, and yeah, a great story in my opinion. So yeah, Earthshock comes in at number 2. So what has made it to number 1? Well, I can give you a clue. This is a story I used to absolutely hate, but now I love it. It is, without further ado, Time Flight. Time Flight comes in at number 1, and I'll tell you why. Because, love or hate this story, you must admit the cover art on this DVD is absolutely amazing. I absolutely adore the cover art on this. It is so good. You can see where they photoshopped that. No. At number 1 is the Caves of Androzani. The Caves of Androzani, yes, it's a story I used to hate, but I love this story now, really appreciate it. Very good, very strong plotline. Yeah, Caves of Androzani, a brilliant, brilliant Doctor Who story, brilliant villains, pretty much everyone dies, action-packed, full of drama, full of suspense from the very beginning, a very good end to Peter Davison's Doctor, and yeah, it's brilliant. And then it's spoiled by its next story, which is the Twin Dilemma. But enough about the Twin Dilemma. Cave of Androzani, a brilliant story. So yeah, please let me know what your favourite Peter Davison story is in the comments below. And please ask questions for my Q&A, which is coming out on the 20th of February 2017. And yeah, subscribe. Of course, I forgot the shout outs, that's typical me. A shout out to Dr. Piggott and Daniel Williams. Please go and check out both those channels. I'll leave the link in the description below. Bye again.